Hello, my name is Manh Dang. This is my presentation about ageism, which is a critical issue in Australia now. And this is a part of business research method success in my master course. This research is a field study using the questionnaire delivered to the group of students and staff in La Trobe University. So let's look at my outlines. I divide my presentation in 8 parts. First, introduction. Second, problem statement. The third, research objectives. After that is prior work. And the next one is a hypothesis. After that, I will discuss about the probable approach. And after that is a value study. And last but not least is limitation and my references. Now let's start with the introduction. Let's look at this picture. Have you ever been in this situation when you are a CEO of a company and you have to choose to hire a young staff or an old staff? Some people may have thought that the older workforce are hard to train and costly more than younger workforce. Do you know that? That is one of type of discrimination. In terms of definition, ageism is known as age discrimination between age due to the perception and the stereotype of people. And ageism is becoming a serious issue in Australia now, when according to the report of Australian Human Rights Commission in 2015, it stated that in 2015, Australia have reached 6.4 million people in age 55 years old, and over with 88% of all people experience this ageism at workplace. And what is the effect of ageism? It could lead to the positive and negative effects. Ageism leads to many critical negative effects, such as early retirement, lack of workforce, and effects on national economy. So, because of times and resource constraint, in this research, I will focus on the effects on economy. So my topic title is Economic Effects of Ageism at Workplace in Australia. Now let's move on the problem statement. As you may know, Australia is faced with the severe ageism issue and its effects to national economy. Ageism in workplace is one of the severe issues, leads to waste of workforce in Australia, and when Australia is an aged country, the elder workers have to face with the Asian bias as well as the Asian stereotypes that they are hard to train and cost more than younger workforce. This discrimination results in lockout of the workforce. Consequently, this situation caused a huge loss in Australian economy. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics in 2006, more than 35% of all people who are over than 55 years old stopped seeking for jobs when they thought that their employers put them on the consideration that they are too old to work. The ageism in workplace could result in a loss in the national economy, when Deloitte in 2015 stated that 5% increase in the participation by over 55 workers could generate a $33 billion annual. How about the research objective? In terms of research objective, I will measure the level of ageism in workplace, and I also estimate the impact of ageism at workplace to individual and Australian economy also. Another objective is determine the main types of institutional ageism and what are the main reasons leads to the ageism in workplace. Thirdly, is to quantify the effect of ageism in workplace to Australian economy. The next objective is to compare the ageism at workplace with another kind of ageism in public area or at their family. The final objective is to ascertain the main cause of ageism at workplace. Now let's discuss about the prior work. There are three main sources of information in ageism have been located in this research. Firstly is Aging in Australia, which is published by Australian Association of Social Workers in 2013. Secondly is a handbook of prejudice and stereotyping and discrimination, which were published by Psychology Press in 2009. And thirdly is the Asian and mistreatment of older workers, current reality, which was published in 2011. So now let's discuss about the hypothesis. My hypothesis in this research is the ageism at working place leads to a decrease in GDP when it results in a waste of human capital. And the second hypothesis is lower than expected Australian GDP in last 5 years was due to a lack of experienced labor result from ageism. And it also result from the age discrimination policies in Australia. So let's move on. The next part is a probable approach. For this research, both qualitative and qualitative methods are used in order to find out the main types of ageism behavior at work and how this issue impacts the national economy. Firstly, I will conduct a field study into aspect of ageism behavior. This research will do a survey to the 500 people in La Trobe University. It could be a staff or it could be a student in La Trobe for both male and female. The simple random sample is used in this research to sample the population. In other hand, the research also to find out that there is a strong relationship between the ageism and economy effects in Australia. For this purpose, we will do a study of revenue which was generated from the old labor and how many percentage they contribute to the national economy. In terms of kinds of design, exploratory research helps me to determine the best research design about the data collection methods as well as the selection of subjects. Regarding to the type study, this is a field study when I will collect information outside of laboratory. And the subject will be studied to individual as well as the government. The population is student and staff in La Trobe for both male and female. The place I conduct the survey is in La Trobe University. In terms of time horizon, the cross selection, this research is also limited to a specific time frame. So the cross-sectional time horizon is used in this case. And it lasts in 3 months from August of 2016. The level of study is a master. So let's move on to the value of the study. The questionnaire in our process is raising the awareness in community in general and in the La Trobe University in particularly about the ageism and its effect in workplace to economy. Another value is improving the understanding about the ageism, and it will help the government in regarding law and policy. So it will help them to improve the situation and protect the people from the ageism. However, my research also has some limitation. There are two main terms of constraint. Is a time constraint and the resource constraint. So we have only 3 months to conduct this research. So I only can focus on the economic effects to the national economy, cost of ageism. And because of resource constraint, we only can collect 500 surveys for analysis. However, I hope that these results of research will raise the awareness issue in La Trobe University for ageism in order to protect and support the old people, as well as have a good policy to encourage the older labor participate in industry and contribute to economy. So it brings me to the end of my presentation. Last but not least is my references. Thank you for listening.